Okay guys, let's look at Creature from the Black Lagoon, and let's look at this gorgeous table. The graphics on it are sensational. Someone actually pointed out that the graphics in some ways looks too good, you know. It's it turns it into looking a little less real, and there is something with that. And of course, you know, it'd be nice to have wear settings and those sorts of things for the table, because yeah, it sort of gives it away a little bit. It's so pristine and so nice, but of course it doesn't take away from the fact that it is so beautiful. And again, the lighting was sort of pulling away from the table here right now. So it's nice to see the artwork and stuff. I'm in two minds about this view actually, guys. It's like in a cabinet, I sort of feel like we should just have the cabinet view and we shouldn't have this flinging around, but it's actually pretty cool. But yeah, the detail on this is great, but the lighting, it's flat. It's just flat. I mean, we're spoiled though, guys. Seriously spoiled, because it is so beautiful. I mean, look at these ramps. The transparency on these ramps are absolutely beautiful. No taking away from those transparencies, but there's just no bloom and sparkle, and there's no... It's the difference between a piece of art painted and the digital version. It really is. Now I've got all the added effects on. That's the way I like to play it, given that Zen has all these beautiful extra effects. So guys, let's get into it. I'm yakking away. You guys want to see it playing, right? Let's do it.
Now, on with the show.
On with the show. Don't like this? Another day we'll talk about the cabinet problems. Woo. And this particular table, guys, I can tell you outright, it's not, again, I think I've said this quite a bit lately, in terms of not a table that I play a lot, and only because I just haven't really liked it. The times that I have played it, and it's one of those things that you need to give it time to learn about it more and enjoy it, and I haven't really done that. Now you'll see right now the ball is sort of flying around a bit, but that's okay, because you expect that. But you see that when the ball stopped there and just drifted over that way, it's got that heft, it's got that weight, and that's exactly what we need. This is beautifully playable, and you could still pick it to pieces, sure, but it's not worth it. This is time to lock these physics in and just enjoy all the tables to come out. So yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing. Look at this, I love this. Again, the cabinet mode version of these sorts of effects, it's a little different, right? It's different when you're looking at top down. And I do feel there could have been some improvements there. Now you can see, of course, all my DOF effects, real lighting going off. You've got the real DMD up there, all courtesy of the community, which is doing the hard work. Once these releases are released, they've got to release a new version of their program so they can hook into the memory locations, wow, and provide the force feedback again in terms of DOF links. And hopefully, yeah, we'll get there eventually with native cabinet support from Zen, but for now, let's concentrate on these physics, man. Look at these physics. Oh God, it's just so nice. And the thing is when you're playing in cabinet mode and you play with the real tables as well, that's where you really get the one-to-one feel. And guys, there's times, the real pinball moves around on a real table, and I look at it and I go, how did it do that? That doesn't seem real to me. So, as long as it's 80% right. Let's have another game. Geez, that was short. Oh my God, and again, don't like this in cabinet mode, but hey, another day.
Now, on with the show.
On with the show. So, tell you what, the gap in here is pretty severe. Oh, by the way, did you see that? See, like, you can hear it actually triggering. See that? That's my Zeb's board plunger. Again, another day. Another day. In fact, I should be using the real plunger. Here we go. Another day we've got to talk about the Zeb's plunger and the fact that that accelerometer is on right near here, and you can just nudge it when you don't want to nudge it, and that's not cool. We need to do something about that another day. But right now, look at these lovely effects in here. Oh, so nice. And out of the two tables, yeah, this is my least favorite, but I'm loving this. And I think I could continue to keep playing it if the lighting was improved, because when I play it on VPX, fortunately, it just got a better overall sensation of playing a real table because of the lighting. The interesting thing now though is I feel VPX is a little behind on both the flipper physics and the physics in general. However, all of that in VPX can be tweaked, and so I feel like there'll be plenty of you out there that probably go, Greg, come on, VPX, you've got all the configurability in the world, and you do. But that's part of the problem, right? You've got to configure it, you've got to work it out, you've got to try and make it seem the best it can be. I think Zen has an opportunity here to release tables. You just play them. I just want to play the tables. I want to just play and enjoy the tables, and we are so close now. And I just want the full set. You know, can you imagine later with Stern tables and stuff, if they ever get that arrangement going, and any other licenses? It's just, you know, I mean, if they weren't giving me the tables, I'd be buying every single one regardless. It's just too nice. Wow. Yeah, glass there we go, slamming it, slam tilt. Should we do one more? One more before we move on. Let's do it. This is just like absolute casual play here, guys. That's my excuse anyway. That's what I'm gonna stick to, because even that was pretty lousy. But I just want you to appreciate how this ball's moving. Look at that, nice little stop there, just weighty at the top there, it's still bouncing around when it needs to. It just feels right. I had a game the other day and the ball just bounced so beautifully off the top of a post. It just looked like it does in real life. Now, one other thing I must mention, and it's been something that has come up a few times, and that is, some people have said, and maybe we'll do this another day. Some people have said, why can't I get the tables to be like full screen in cabinet mode? And the interesting thing is, now it's fallen away, but once we get back into the actual cab, let's just, come here. Oh. Do the whole thing? Okay, all right, let me see if I can catch this. All right, so one thing is that if you actually stand in front of a real table, again, we'll do this another day, we'll do some comparisons. When you actually look, you see the side blades of the table. It actually looks like this, and I know that seemed weird because you're sort of you know, you think it should just take up the whole table and the natural perspective should be correct, but that's not actually the case, because on a real table, those fins actually go down from the side. Of course, my screen's limited here, but if the screen was right out to the side, it would look like it's dropping down, and that's exactly how it needs to look. So yeah, it's just a funny thing that some people had raised that before, and I initially thought, yeah, you're right, you know, it should be, why isn't it the full size of the table? But that is why you actually need to see those blades to get the perspective. Made pretty crap actually, but I'm still just enjoying it. That's the end. That was like that's probably the poorest look at the creature from the Black Lagoon there ever was on the internet, but I'm okay with that because I'm just trying to show you the physics, and that ball moves around beautifully.